So a few weeks ago, I did a video where I created a maze, and I showed how I created the maze pattern by using a surface and then thickening that surface. And a bunch of you said, well, why didn't you use thin extrude? And sure enough, that was a much better solution. So this video, we're going to take a look at the thin extrude command. So let's take a look. So like I mentioned in the intro, I showed a video where I created this maze, and we started by just using some thin lines on a sketch, and I used the surface extrude command, and then I used the thicken command to widen that extrusion. And a bunch of you said, well, how come you didn't use the thin extrude? And the reason for that is I didn't really realize how much the thin extrude could do. In fact, where I kind of learned a thin extrude was to basically take a shape, for example, I'll just keep it simple, a rectangle like so. And when you come into the extrude command, you typically, take that profile and extrude it into a solid. But if you come in here into the extrude dialog, you can see thin extrude. And when you turn that option on, you can see how it allows you to add in a wall thickness. So for example, 5 millimeters, and you can see how it basically hollows it out, kind of like, a pipe or a tube or something like that. You could even do something more complex, like, some kind of like an aluminum extrusion or something. So I might have a shape that looks something like this. I'll just mock this up really quick. And then do the thin extrude. So there's the regular, I'll do the thin extrude. We'll do maybe like a 2 millimeter wall thickness, and you have a shape that looks like so. Well, what I learned from you guys, I haven't never used it that way, is that you can actually use thin extrude with single lines. So for example, if I have, a shape that looks like this, I'll go ahead and say extrude, and I can do thin extrude, and it's asking for the profile. So I'll go ahead and click on that profile, and it's almost like creating like a sheet metal component. Now it's not doing the bends for me like sheet metal would, but it's taking that profile. And let me go ahead and make this thicker so it's a little bit easier to see. And it's doing the thin extrude on just these single lines. And you can kind of see the options that we have in here. So we can do which direction do we want it to extrude, one side, two sides. So I could actually have it go in two different directions. And notice you can even do two different thicknesses, which is actually quite cool. I'll make those the same in this example. We'll come back to that there in a little bit. Or I could do symmetric. So it's going to go equal distance in both directions. I can also specify, the total distance. In this case, let's go 50 millimeters for the distance. I can do taper angle if I want to. I typically do tapers as a draft. And I don't do them in the extrude, so I'm going to leave that 0. Here's my wall thickness. And then the important one, I would say, is this wall location. Which side do you want the thickness to go to? So you can see right now it says side 1, and it's kind of going to the inside. If I say side 2, it's going to go to the outside. And if I say center, you can see how it's going basically symmetric along that profile. So you can use thin extrude to just take a simple profile and give it some thickness. So using this example here, I'll go ahead and turn off the body. We'll come in here, not using surfacing. I'll just say extrude. So I'll come in here and select thin extrude, and then I can come in and select my profiles. And what I like about this is I can select all of my profiles at once. So I can grab all of these lines like so, and then give it my thickness. So I'm going to start to drag down and we can visually see what this looks like. And right now we can see it's going to one side. So I'm going to kind of work my way down. So the total depth I want this to go is 0.375. Oops, I need to say 0.375 so we can see that. And then the wall thickness, I want to be, in total, I want it to be 0.3 in wall thickness. But you'll notice it says side 1, so it's going to one side. I'm going to change this to be center, and now you can see how it's basically creating almost like a square pipe along the profile, the sketch lines that I created using that thin extrude. So much faster, much easier than using surface extrude and then having to do the thicken like I showed. So I learned stuff from all of you guys also, so I really appreciate you sharing that. I think this is a much better solution. Now I can come in here and say, you know, combine cut. So here's my target. I'll use that as the tool. We'll cut that out of there. If I wanted to, I could keep the tool. I won't in this case. And now you can kind of see that channel. So here's another cool example of where you could use thin extrude. So this is a mount I have on my camera. And one of the things I dislike about the camera is if somebody stole the camera and the lens, I wouldn't have any way to track it. And so I wanted to put an air tag on it. So I designed and 3D printed this case that basically holds an air tag inside of it. And I printed it the same color as this mount that mounts to the lens, so it actually looks like it's part of the mount. And so there's an air tag attached to my camera. Now, again, this is a 3D printed case. Maybe I want to create some kind of a lip that helps guide, you know, the case and kind of holds the lid on. So I could create a profile along here and then sweep it along this path. But using thin extrude, check out how easy this is. So instead of having to create a plane along a path, then create a profile, then do a sweep, all I have to do is I'm going to create a sketch on that top face. I'll go ahead and project the geometry like so. And now I can come in and say extrude. And let's do a thin extrude. And I just have to select this profile that I just projected. So I'm going to select that profile there, start to extrude, and you can kind of see what it's doing. Now, unfortunately, it's going on the wrong side, but that's very easy to change. I'll come in here and say side 2. And now we just instantly created a lip that's following that existing profile. I didn't have to resketch anything. It's just basically taking that shape and lifting it up. I can specify what wall thickness I want this to be. So I could say maybe I want it to be like 0.025 for wall thickness. And maybe let's just make it 0.05 for the height. Let's make it maybe like 0.25. Let's just do a small one like that also. 0.25 and 0.25. We'll make it the same. And I'll just say join. And we instantly created that lip there. Now I have this case lid, and I'll just go ahead and subtract. So this will be my target. This will be the tool. We'll go ahead and cut, and obviously I want to keep that tool. I'll say okay, let's turn off the case, and you can kind of see how it removed that out of there. And I could go ahead and remove this whole section out of here also. So I could just come in here and say extrude that to that, say okay, and we now have, you know, that whole recessed area that will fit onto the case. In fact, if we section through this really quick, I'll just do a quick section analysis right here, and we can see how that fits down onto that lip. So there we go. That's another example of how you could use thin extrude to quickly create a lip like that. So think of other ideas, other methods you could use thin extrude. Like I mentioned, it's a quick way to kind of simulate sheet metal type components if you don't want to use sheet metal, where you could just draw a side profile with some fillets or something and say thin extrude, and it will create a sheet metal looking type part. Hopefully you learned something new from that video, just like I did from you guys. And thanks for watching the videos and leaving comments. If you like these videos, please make sure you like and subscribe so you can be notified of upcoming releases. If you need help learning Fusion, make sure you visit my webpage at cadedllc.com. And as always, have fun learning Fusion.